My name is Olivia Hayes, and I had always dreamed of my wedding day being perfect. The flowers were arranged, the music was ready, and every detail had been planned for months. I was excited, nervous, and completely in love with Lucas Grant, the man I thought I would spend my life with. But then, just 10 minutes before the ceremony, my phone buzzed. A single message appeared on the screen. At first, I thought it was a mistake. But the moment I read it, my heart stopped. Every word cut deeper than I could imagine. Questions flooded my mind. Could this really be happening right now? Was Lucas hiding something from me? Every memory, every promise, every smile suddenly felt like a lie. I sat there frozen, unable to move, unable to speak, knowing my life had just split into before the message and after it. The morning had started like any dream wedding should. I'm Olivia Hayes, and everything seemed flawless. The sun poured gently through the windows, casting a soft glow over the bridal suite. My bridesmaids laughed and adjusted my dress, while the florist made final touches to the bouquet I had imagined for months. Every detail had been planned: the flowers, the music, the seating, even the cake. Lucas Grant seemed happy, charming, and loving as he prepared in the other room. Every interaction, every glance, made me feel safe, cared for, and certain that I had chosen the right person. My family buzzed with excitement, offering advice, laughter, and support. I trusted them just as I trusted Lucas, blindly, completely. We all believed weddings were a celebration of love and trust. No one suspected that hidden behind smiles and congratulations, secrets were waiting to surface. The calm of the morning lulled me into comfort, a false sense of security. I had no reason to question anything, yet deep inside, a quiet unease had begun to stir, a faint whisper that something wasn't as perfect as it seemed. Little did I know, the message that would shatter this illusion was only minutes away. Even as the day unfolded, small things began to catch my attention. I'm Olivia Hayes, and I had trusted Lucas completely, but now, little doubts started creeping in. He seemed distracted at moments, checking his phone too often, smiling at messages I wasn't meant to see. Sometimes he'd pause mid-conversation, as if caught in a lie. At first, I brushed it off. Weddings are stressful, I told myself. Maybe he's nervous. Maybe it's just excitement. But then there were more subtle signs. A whispered phone call that he quickly ended when I entered the room. Notes hidden on his desk. Minor inconsistencies in his stories. Things that wouldn't make sense if you paid attention, and suddenly I was paying attention. I tried to ignore the uneasy feeling growing inside me. I focused on my dress, the flowers, the music, and the faces of family and friends. Yet, every time Lucas looked at me with that charming smile, I felt a pang of fear. The message hadn't arrived yet, but the shadows were already there. Something wasn't right. Something I couldn't yet name. Then it happened. The moment I had feared but never imagined would arrive on my wedding day. I'm Olivia Hayes, and just as I was about to step into the aisle, my phone buzzed with a message that changed everything. I opened it, trembling. Every word hit me like a punch I didn't see coming. Lucas wasn't the man I thought he was. There was a secret, one he had hidden for months. A betrayal so deep that it shattered the foundation of trust I had built around him. Every shared laugh, every promise, every tender moment suddenly felt like a lie. I felt frozen, unable to move. The bridesmaids and family chatted around me, unaware of the storm raging in my chest. My heart raced, my hands shook, and a cold silence fell over me. Lucas approached, unaware that his secret had been revealed to me. I looked at him, searching for answers, but all I saw was the truth reflected in my mind. Deception. For the first time, I understood how fragile trust really is, and I knew that my life, my wedding, and my happiness had been forever changed in just a single message. The moments after reading the message felt surreal. I'm Olivia Hayes, and suddenly, the excitement, joy, and anticipation of my wedding day had been replaced with shock, heartbreak, and disbelief. I couldn't look at Lucas the same way. Every smile, every word he had said, replayed in my mind like a cruel joke. My hands shook as I tried to steady myself, my chest tight with the weight of betrayal. How could the person I trusted the most hide something so devastating from me? Family and friends continued preparing around me, blissfully unaware of the storm inside. I tried to stay composed, but tears welled up in my eyes, threatening to spill. Conversations became muffled echoes as I struggled to process the truth. The trust I had placed in Lucas, in my family, in the love I thought we shared, shattered instantly. I felt isolated even among people who loved me. I wanted to scream, to run, to undo everything, but nothing could erase the reality of what had just been revealed. And in that quiet, suffocating moment, I realized that my perfect day had been stolen, not by chance, but by betrayal. I'm Olivia Hayes, and despite the heartbreak, I knew I couldn't let emotions control me. The betrayal Lucas had committed was devastating, but I refused to give him the satisfaction of seeing me break. Instead of confronting him immediately, I chose silence. I watched carefully, noting every detail, every lie he had woven, and every weak spot in the web he thought was foolproof. I documented inconsistencies, saved evidence, and observed reactions, all while pretending everything was normal. No shouting, no drama, just quiet, calculated patience. Every smile I gave him, every polite conversation, was a mask hiding the storm inside me. I reminded myself that true power lies in timing, not rage. Acting impulsively would only give him control. I reached out to my closest confidant, Sarah, sharing the evidence and strategizing on how to reveal the truth without destroying myself in the process. Together, we mapped out a plan: patience, exposure, and undeniable proof. For the first time that day, I felt control returning. The chaos around me might have seemed normal, but inside I was preparing the moment when Lucas would finally face the consequences of his betrayal. The moment had arrived. I'm Olivia Hayes, standing at the altar, heart steady, mind sharp. Lucas thought everything was normal, that his secret remained hidden. But I held the proof, every message, every deception, ready to reveal the truth at the perfect moment. The ceremony began. Guests smiled, unaware of the tension brewing behind the scenes. As the music played, I approached calm and composed, while Lucas glanced around nervously, sensing something but unable to understand. I called his attention quietly, showing the evidence to a few trusted family members and Sarah. Their expressions shifted from confusion to shock. Lucas's charming facade faltered. He stammered, searching for excuses that no longer existed. Every whisper, every lie he had told was now exposed. The crowd around us gasped. The man who had manipulated and deceived everyone was suddenly powerless, speechless and cornered. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I let the truth speak for itself. And in that moment, the betrayal that had seemed unstoppable crumbled entirely. Karma had arrived, not through anger, but through patience, planning, and the undeniable force of truth. I'm Olivia Hayes, and after the storm, a quiet calm settled over me. The betrayal that had nearly destroyed my wedding day was finally behind me, and I felt a sense of clarity I hadn't expected. Lucas's lies and manipulations had been revealed, and the consequences were unavoidable. He faced judgment not through anger or revenge, but through the undeniable truth. Family members who had once doubted me now understood the courage it took to remain calm and strategic. The wedding day, though marred, had become a turning point in my life. I felt stronger, more aware, and more in control of my future. I had learned that patience and careful planning could protect me better than impulsive emotion ever could. My trust had been broken, but my inner strength had grown. Interactions with my family and friends shifted too. They respected my resilience, my ability to remain composed, and my wisdom in handling such a delicate situation. Though the day started with heartbreak, it ended with empowerment. I realized that even amidst betrayal, it is possible to reclaim control, protect your dignity, and emerge stronger than ever. Betrayal taught me that strength comes from patience, awareness, and staying true to yourself. Pain can be a teacher, not just a wound. Through careful planning and calm, truth prevails. So I ask you, what would you do in my place?